Welcome to the People's Matter program. I'm Chelangat Diana, and for the past 2 episodes, we've been discussing about human development, and we've seen how people grow from infancy, childhood, adolescence, then young adults. But today we are going to look at the middle age, that is age between 25 years to around 50 years, and old age. So our guest today is still Mrs. Limo as usual, and she's going to tackle about these two major stages. So welcome, Mrs. Limo.
Yeah. Thank you so much, Diana. Welcome, viewers. This is also another time that we continue with our human development. I want to believe we have learned a lot and we'll continue learning. So today we are going to cover between 25 years, 25 years, even up to 50 years. And for the ladies, this is this is a time of childbearing age. Yeah, and for the men, of course, it is like chipukizi time. Yeah, it is really time to come out and in the public and perform. And so it is also a very interesting age, since it is about the generativity and the stagnation. Yeah, somebody can also stagnate. Yeah, so this is not time when one is married and could be married even for more than 10 years. And so they have taken time, they take time to reason, they take time to weigh the consequences of an issue. Yeah, they take time to weigh the situations, to look at the negative part of it, look at the positive part of it, and they are also very productive. Yeah, and even at their place of work, they are dependent upon. Yeah, they are experienced, and they are well focused, so that you really follow them. Yeah, they know what they are doing. This is also a time where there is a lot in parenting. Yeah, there is a lot in parenting, and they will always try to balance between work and home. Yeah. There is also the issue of even career risk takers. They become risk takers. One would think of, I want to change my career, or I want to leave this job and go to a better job. And that is the age. There is a lot of changes.
So it is like a trial age. You're trying this, you're trying that.
Yes. Yeah. Others also think it is time to go back to school. Yeah. Maybe there's a profession, or there's a course they have always wanted to do, and so they'll go back to school. Yeah. And you realize the children are in school, the parents are also in school, and it is something that is well applied in the families. Yeah, it is also a time where a person creates room for herself. Yeah, if this is a mother in the kitchen, initially maybe used to never leave anything for herself, but this time says, what about mine? Yeah, so they are looking for a position in her family setup. Yeah, and always they are there for others, but they have also remembered themselves. And like what happens at earlier on, they really think about themselves. But this time, you'll even get one, who has just gone to the shop and bought herself something, gone to the salon and make her hair. Yeah, they want to be there for themselves. Yeah. This is also, as I said, this is a childbearing age. If at the age of around 38 to 40 years, if one has not gotten a child, they'll really go, looking for a child. Yeah, and at times, whether they are married or not, definitely you'll just see them get a child. And it is for both male and female. So they feel they want to belong somewhere. They want to get a family. They want people whom he or she is bringing them up. So at times, they can also stagnate. Yeah, that is another challenge. They can stagnate, and so someone becomes difficult. Yeah, maybe they even choose to get married late. Yeah, they don't come up with their decisions very fast. Yeah, or maybe out of a certain hurt, a certain confusion which maybe came up in their early life. So, and maybe they didn't deal with it, so it's carried into this age. And at times it can make one to really stagnate. Yeah, and even in the community, you'll find there are this type of people who are always negative, yeah, about things. Even when they say, "Let us all do this," maybe a village can decide, "Let us do this, let us form a group," but there is one person who will always oppose.
Who will not cooperate.
Will not cooperate and will always be on the opposition. And at all times, they have never been maybe even a role model. They have never been a role model to anyone. Yeah, so they're always on the opposition. They're always on the negative, and they don't look at anything positive in somebody's life. So we also have, we call them, they stagnate, and so they are there in the community. Yeah, and like the other one who is really very generous, very experienced and moving on, they even become more creative. Yeah, like if this is a mother in a house, she also wants to look for other sources of income. Like she wants to put up with a poultry project, dairy project, and even a small kitchen garden outside there, so that they get more source of income. So they become more productive. And this is also a stage where, as I said, there is parenting. They really want to follow the academic performance of their children. You find when there are school activities, this mother or this parent will not miss. They will want to go to school and attend to all the activities of their children, all the school functions, and even follow up the performance of their children. And they get so much involved and really wanting to stand at the gap for their children. Yeah, they also become whistleblower, yeah, for their children or for the entire family. Like if there is something wrong somewhere, they will always say, yeah, I think it's time to intervene, or they will provoke or try to raise an alarm. I think there is something wrong going somewhere. So they become whistleblowers, and they really support the family. Yeah, another thing I have learned about this age is they protect the family. Yeah, they become good protectors of the family, and both the name and the entire family. Like if somebody will tarnish the name of that family, they will always come out and say, no, that is not right. Yeah, so they protect, and it is a very good it's a very good role model even for the children who are being brought up in that family. Yeah, they will learn to say, yeah, it is good to speak. Yeah, it's good to speak. It's good to stand at the gap. It's good to protect your own family. Yeah.
Some people we marry late.
Yeah.
That is maybe around 40 years, around 45. And you find some they don't even marry at all. Do you think it is a normal? What might be the cause?
Yeah. Thank you. The cause could really be unknown, but there are always contributing factors. Yeah, there are always contributing factors. One could have had a broken relationship and he never worked on it, or she never worked on it. Maybe she didn't deal with it, yeah, never went for counseling, never discussed about it again. And so according to him or her, it's like marriage never works. Yeah, so they'll never see the need of getting married. Yeah, maybe also others could be because of poor background, dysfunctional family. Yeah, maybe they have come from a dysfunctional family. So according to them, they don't see the need of a family because they were never brought up in a family that was of a good role model. Yeah, so at times those also could be the reason. Maybe others could also be there is a medical condition. Yeah, that they need to it would really be of help for them to go for that medical checkup. Yeah, and even discuss with the doctor. Maybe there is something, a challenge somewhere that they have never shared. Talked about. Yeah. Others could also have missed to balance. Yeah, they think they miss to balance that I need to move together. Yeah, I need to move my
social life and my professional life. You find someone like you are so much focused on your career, your profession. You're forgetting now about your social life, that is marrying, developing, Yeah.
And so it is very challenging because time waits for no man. Yeah, and our system, the normal biological system, if this is a lady, you reach somewhere and you are not able to get children, of course they have reached menopause. Yeah. So it is really a challenge. Or you get children and you will not have the strength of waking up in the morning, bringing your children up, prepare them, go to school because of age. Yeah. So you realize there is also a disadvantage on the same. Yeah. And for example, of course I know nowadays there are many ways of handling things, but if at any given time maybe you go to school and maybe your child, your firstborn is in standard 1 or 2, and those of your age mates, they are winding up primary. So somewhere along the line they feel, wow, I think I made a mistake.
But now you cannot even reverse
and you
that
cannot
mistake.
reverse. Yeah. So it's always good to balance. It's always good to weigh to look at these things and weigh and also be there for yourself. Yeah. Remember, it is also good to balance, because as much as you really want to support your parents, you want to support your relatives, you want to support your siblings, it's also good to be there for yourself. Yeah, because you also are very important, yeah, to your own, and you need to bring up your own family. Yeah. There is also during that age they are also very firm and assertive. Yeah, there are those who are firm and assertive, and they are able to balance. Yeah, they are able to balance their social life and professional life. Yeah, otherwise it is very important that one is able to balance. Yeah, otherwise if you are not able to balance, then at one time there is kind of regrets. Yeah, or things that you may not even be able to share, but deep down in you one would feel that, yeah, I think this one didn't go well with me. I should have done this earlier, or I should have been able to balance.
As you've talked about maybe like consequences for failing to balance your own life as a man or a woman.
Yeah.
But now I think it also has an effect on the children. How does it affect them?
Yes, for the children, they also wonder what happened. Yeah, yeah. They wonder, you are that old, and it's like they are young. They are still, they are not. Your age differs from the age of the parents of their friends. Yeah, so they really wonder and ask themselves what might have happened, and of course they may not ask you directly, but they will keep on wondering.
Yeah, because I think when I was in high school, I saw such a scenario whereby you find maybe your friend is very ashamed, especially during visiting days.
Yes.
The parents look like grandparents.
Yes.
Yeah, they even get ashamed. They don't want to really associate.
Yeah. And they give you titles. Instead of saying mom and dad, they turn it around and say that is my grandmother or that is my grandfather. Yeah, my mother was not able to come, but so sent my grandmother came to visit me. Yeah, they give you titles. Yeah, but it's also good to empower children to accept their parents the way they are, and maybe also encourage the parents that even as we go for these home visits, yeah, let us be who we are, and we also be smart so that our children are proud of us. Yeah, but it can actually affect the children. Yeah. I also remember one who was really affected and was saying, Mom or Daddy, why don't you go and see the doctor? Your hair has changed. Yeah, and what happened? Yeah. So I think to some extent they also need to, of course, maybe you share with them that this is what may have happened, and that is why they are the way they are today. Yeah. Otherwise, this is also another thing that comes up in these ages. They begin to prepare, especially after 40. Yeah, between 40 and 50, one also, there are those who prepare for their retirement, and it is very encouraging. Yeah, one prepares for retirement if you are employed, or you it is also time for looking for assets and properties. Yeah, this is a time you'll find that one will buy several plots and just keeps them, or several properties here and there, or assets, and they keep it. Yeah, and it is a good way of preparing for retirement.
Now that you've touched on preparing for your retirement, that is also, it means you're preparing for your old age, in fact.
Yes.
So, and that is what we are going to tackle in the next just after a very short break. So make sure you stay tuned.